The wind howled through the empty streets as heavy raindrops lashed against the windows of a small suburban house. Inside, Emma sat curled up on the couch, a blanket wrapped around her shoulders, a steaming cup of tea in her hands. It was just another quiet evening, until she heard it scratch. 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 Emma froze, her heart skipping a beat. The sound was coming from the window beside the fireplace. Slowly, she turned her head and gasped. A white cat, drenched from head to toe, was pawing desperately at the glass. Its blue eyes stared at her, pleading. Emma hesitated. She didn't own a cat. And what was a cat doing outside in this storm? The poor thing looked freezing. Her gut told her to open the window, but a sliver of fear held her back. What if it was sick? What if it belonged to someone? But then she noticed something strange. The cat wasn't just scratching at the window randomly. It was trying to get her attention. Almost as if it was asking for help. Taking a deep breath, Emma pushed the window open. The cat didn't hesitate. It leaped inside, shaking its wet fur before looking up at her with an intensity that sent a shiver down her spine. Something was off. Emma quickly grabbed a towel and crouched down. "Hey, little one," she murmured, gently wrapping the cat in warmth. As she dried it off, she noticed the cat wore no collar. It was skinny, its fur matted, but there was no mistaking how beautiful it was. She placed the cat on the floor, expecting it to settle down. Instead, it turned back toward the window and began meowing, loudly. Then it turned to Emma, ran to the door, and back again. "What is it?" she whispered, confused. It was acting as if it wanted her to follow. Her heart pounded as she walked to the front door. The cat immediately ran to her feet, looking up with urgency. The rain was still pouring, but something told Emma she needed to go outside. She grabbed her coat, slipped on her boots, and, with the white cat leading the way, stepped into the night. The cat trotted ahead, stopping every few steps to make sure Emma was following. They moved down the street, past dimly lit houses, and into a small wooded area behind the neighborhood. The farther they went, the heavier Emma's chest felt. "What am I doing?" she muttered under her breath. Then, she saw it that a small, overturned bicycle lay half submerged in mud near a tree. Her breath caught in her throat. Nearby, a tiny, shivering figure was curled up against the tree trunk. A child. Oh my God! Emma ran forward, her heart racing. The boy, no older than 6, was soaked to the bone, his lips trembling. His hands clutched a small stuffed rabbit. His wide, frightened eyes lifted to Emma's face. I got lost," he whimpered. "I didn't know where to go." Tears pricked Emma's eyes. She quickly removed her coat and wrapped it around the boy. "It's okay. You're safe now," she whispered, trying to keep her voice steady. The white cat let out a soft meow and nudged the boy with its head, as if to reassure him. Emma scooped the boy into her arms and carried him back toward her house. Every few steps, she glanced down at the cat. How had it known? How had it found her? Once inside, she dried the boy off, gave him warm clothes, and made him a cup of hot cocoa. "What's your name?" she asked gently. "Liam," the boy sniffled. "I was riding my bike, and I fell. I didn't know how to get home." Emma's throat tightened. If she hadn't listened to the cat, if she had ignored the scratching at the window, what would have happened to this child? Then came the most chilling part. Emma called the local authorities, who quickly arrived. As the officer knelt beside Liam, his face paled. "This boy, he's been missing for 2 days." Emma's blood ran cold. 2 days. But the cat had shown up tonight. She turned, searching for the white cat. But it wasn't there. The towel she had used to dry it lay crumpled on the floor, but the cat was gone. She rushed to the window, scanning the streets, the rain still falling in heavy sheets. But there was no sign of it. Gone. As the officer called Liam's parents, Emma sat there in shock. Had the cat known? Had it somehow led her to Liam on purpose? She thought back to the way it had scratched at her window. The urgency in its eyes. The way it had guided her through the storm. Her mind swirled with questions, but deep down, she already knew this wasn't just an ordinary cat, that it was something more. And just like that, it had disappeared into the night, its mission complete.